You're clearly out here relating to Brad Lander
Yeah.
and his conviction.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, do you think Andrew Cuomo would have put himself on body like Lander?
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't. That's
No.
my honesty. You will run it how you will run it. I don't think so.
So can I ask why you've been posting
Because
a lot?
I care about immigrants. That's why. I care about immigrants. I care about immigrants. I care about migrants.
I'm sure you know about Cuomo's history, his accusations, and which led to him resigning in disgrace.
Yeah.
And do you
Feel free to
think?
record, bro. It's all right. Feel free, bro.
Well, do you think that a New Yorker would still vote for a man with such a history
Yeah.
like that over
Yeah.
someone like, say, Mamdani, who has no history like that?
But Donnie has got nothing done as a summary of 3 bills. And one, he's 3 bills. He's 33 years old. He's just too young. Cuomo got a lot of things done in the state. The white can't deny that. Yeah, we understand. Everybody knows that he designed the disgrace, but he got a lot of things done as governor.
Yeah,
So a
but
lot
he's
of things
also done a lot of things that have hurt the working class.
Like
and
what?
Well, he's passed a lot of stuff in the past, and he's supported a lot of stuff in the past that have been harmful to unions. And, all that stuff, it's funny, actually, because I was going to bring that stuff up, I think, with him when I heard that he was having something down in, I think, nearby City Hall. I had a whole list and everything. But actually, if I can even bring up the list right now.
Yeah, bring it up. Bring that up.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
You got it on video?
No, I think just generally,
Yeah.
of course.
I actually care about migrants. I actually care about migrants. I actually care.
Of course, but so much of what's going on is relating to who's going to be the next mayor and who's actually going to have that iron fist to stand up to Trump. And
It'll be cool. Duran's not standing with Trump. Duran will be, like I said, he'll be cut
so
like a hot,
you do know
hot knife from butter.
Cuomo undermined a lot of private or public sector unions. Do you know about that?
Because Iran done too, the DSA.
He pushed for wage freezes and pension cuts for state workers. In 2012, he actually implemented a Tier 6 of the state pension system, reducing benefits for future public workers, which labor unions saw as an attack on retirement security.
Let me explain that. Look, unions are corrupt. I used to be a dirty retail shop steward. I know what's in and out these unions. I was one of the people that, like a micro short guy, Cuomo elected. I got Gandars elected. I got a lot of these guys elected over there as a dirty retail shop steward in the election. Now, let me make this clear. A lot of these unions are corrupt, really corrupt to the core.
But
it's all about what they want. It's about what the leadership wants, not what the members want. It's about what the leadership wants.
But then, that goes to say that, what do you even would you even support any benefit to unions? Because judging by this history, Cuomo, I don't deny he might have passed a few things across, maybe multiple things in his career, but he's also advocated for a lot of stuff that are damaging to unions. And he also he diverted funds from the MTA. The MTA is struggling.
The MTA is corrupt too. Another corrupt agency. I think they're corrupt. They're
really
vital.
They're
really corrupt, man.
If we don't have an MTA, how are people supposed to?
Well, they can sustain on their own. That's the thing. They can sustain on their own.
And of course, later on, he did sign on to stronger. So there's a whole thing about the rents. Cuomo, he eventually, to his credit, did sign on to stronger rent laws.
Yeah.
But for much of his tenure, he was criticized for being too close to real estate developers.
A lot of them are. I think you're about the city. Yes, Ron actually advocated right on Broadway, Murray.
And then you have Zoran Mamdani, who says he's going to freeze the rent.
That's a lot of people saying that because of political. It's for votes. All about votes, man.
A lot of things are about votes.
All about votes. But that's a big voter block. That tenant block crap is a big voter block.
Yes, but there's so much. There's also the thing about the age gap. You have someone like Cuomo who's 67. He's been governor before. And with that, Mamdani, he's riding on a clean, I believe 33.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's going to appeal to whatever things he implements, he's going to appeal to a much younger following. And, like, you know, those are the future of New York City.
Yeah, they are the future, but you remember you got boomers, you got Gen X here too. They matter too. And, I mean, like I said, they matter too.
Is
Gen
it
X
also
and
true that
boomers.
you said a few things to Lindsay Boylan?
Yeah.
One of the accusers of Cuomo. So, you know, I'm sure that, like, by definition, you know, any candidate that's like any person who accused someone of sexual harassment, I could run them down easily, and there'd be no issue with that. You know, I mean, like, while we're at it, you know.
Yeah, take it on, man.
Should we say that maybe Harvey Weinstein, maybe we should let him take control of Miramax, free Harvey Weinstein?
Nah, that's a different story. Everybody know Harvey, that motherfucker did it. If you know about Hollywood, they be doing
I mean,
that
I'm
shit,
sure,
they do
like,
weird shit.
and of course, like, you know, the most recent, you know, Diddy, but, you know, Cuomo, you know, I'm sure, a part of me would highly doubt that, you know, people who live in the city enough who want a politician who want that has a clean slate, if you will, a politician who has a clean slate, who's in the right age, who has energy, in fact, maybe even, like, you know, monumental energy, you know. And for the things that Cuomo claims, the stuff that I kind of read, which I actually got down as well, it kind of feels a little counterproductive. You know, sure the man ain't just, like, you know, cozying up to the public, but then we'll just kind of, like, backstab them a little bit at the very end.
I don't think he's gonna backstab. I think he's gonna do what he does. I mean, I think Ron is gonna backstab him the most. So Ron comes from a rich background. He's a wealthy guy. He's a real wealthy guy. That's the thing about him. He's real wealthy. That's my honest opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
He's a wealthy cat.
All right, well, that's all.
All right, man. Take care, brother. Enjoy. All right. Enjoy your day. I said a conversation with one of the people, but like I said, it's good to have a good combo without any divisive shit. So, you know what I mean, it's what it is. So, back to the Tippy Caban. But I got to head uptown, do some shit, come back down. So, I actually give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, take care, NYC. Peace out.